Okay, today I am here with Waseem and Angela, and they just closed on their new home. And guys, you're first-time home buyers?
Yes, we are.
Yay! First-time home buyers. So congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah. Now, guys, if you don't mind, just in your own words, I mean, take as long as you want, what have you. What would you say to individuals out there thinking about the whole home buying process and just not sure what direction to go in? In your own words, tell them a little bit about your experience overall.
We started like we didn't know where we're going. We started like kind of lost. We heard about some KB houses. We heard about like brokers and
Real
we
estate
started real
agents.
estate agent. We started looking for houses. We got the first step we took is we got the pre-approved loan for our loan. Then we were referred to Mr. Patrick, a real estate agent.
Wait, you're...
That's what happened.
Okay, so we were interested in some KB homes in the subdivision of Remington Ranch, and all he had was a pre-approval letter. So when he went there, he showed the KB agent, the pre-approval letter. So the agent was not willing to negotiate, and then I guess that's when he realized that it was kind of necessary to have a real estate agent instead of you going out to these aggressive, assertive, agents. Go ahead.
Yeah, and then we got to meet Mr. Patrick King, and honestly, he took us through each step from getting a house, inspecting it, getting the appraisals, talk to our loan officers. He kind of walked with us from in each step we had to go through when went over his way, and it was so great experience to work with him and with his team. They were so helpful. They were dealing with Angela all the time, but I didn't. It was so helpful. I mean, they were so helpful. They got us. They teach us from the beginning. Since we didn't know nothing about the buying house. We never did this. So they walked us through it step by step, and
I think when you buy first time a property, it's of course you're not going to know what to do because it's your first time experience and there's always trial and error. But I think for first time home buyers, if they have somebody who shows them the way, like King's Realty, it would be a good experience, present and for the future, rather than going by themselves looking at properties or dealing with agents that they're not really going to be explain the process or explain things about the process of buying real estate.
So what do you guys, let me ask you this, then since you're here, you're at closing, you're going to be getting your keys shortly, how do you just overall, I mean, you're first-time home buyer, so from what I'm hearing Angela say is, she's saying it's really important. You're saying to first-time home buyers out there, if you're thinking about this process, it's good to have a team. It's good to not, basically, don't go this alone. I mean, understand that there's people out there that can help you. So some people might be saying, hey, that sounds great, but what does that cost me?
no.
That doesn't cost the buyer nothing, but the seller pays out of his property.
So then for you as a buyer, it didn't cost you anything to have representation?
No.
Yeah,
Because
okay.
even it did save us money.
On certain contracts that other agents might
Because there's
forget
two
to include,
yeah,
like the title,
the
insurance, and closing costs, and other stuff that if it's not written in the contract, the buyer can end up paying $10,000 extra or minus or plus.
So what you're saying is for some of those individuals out there where, you hear about this, buyers like, oh, I want cash back, and the realtor, what kind of, are you going to give me money back if I use you? And you're saying in this experience, it sounds like what you're saying is, sometimes it's not all about upfront getting cash back, but it's more important to have someone that's going to go through the contract, explain things, because what you've learned in this process is in those contracts, just a simple check or simple X in a box can sway that contract one way versus the other, to the seller's benefit versus the buyer's benefit, or vice versa. And you're saying sometimes a little box can make the difference between 500, 1,000, 1,500, et cetera. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, actually, at the beginning of this house buying process, Waseem was going to use an agent who was going to give him half of the commission, but he wasn't going to be involved in nothing. He was just going to be there at closing, which I think would have not been a good idea, because we would have ended up maybe paying all of the closing costs, paying this, paying that. So I think in the long run, by us going to a professional agent who knows and who has experience in this field, that it was worth more than getting, $2,000 minus.
Well, that's well put. Thank you, Angela. So for those of you listening, I want to make it very clear, as I mentioned to Waseem and Angela, there's no script here, guys. It's not like they're looking. You notice they're not even looking behind, so they're not looking at a script on the wall or anything. The whole point of this video is just to let people know that, look, there are people out there that really are serious about real estate, that are serious about helping individuals purchase, and this is something that you can do.